Communication is probably one of the most important skills that an MBA grad can have. A lot of us tend to think in terms of the vocabulary aspect, which we will need in the VARC section of CAT, XAT, and the other exams. And yes, while that, of course, would be the single most important task if you're preparing for CAT 2025 or later CAT exams, but you're also going to need it for the next step, the personal interview, the written ability test, extempore, GD, whatever other processes are there in the B schools. And if you think that, okay, I've got in and that's it, it's done, that's actually not the case. You are going to need good communication skills and a decent vocabulary for the rest of your professional life. At B school, this will involve, reading 15, 20-pager case studies and actually coming up with opinions, making presentations, participating in competitions, again, making presentations, that all important first impression when it comes to placement interviews. And at work, again, it's going to be the same, right? You are going to have meetings, you're going to have long emails, pitch books, pitch decks, maybe you again make presentations or listen to them, right? So your communication has to be at a decent level if you want to keep getting ahead. So do we need to have a vocabulary like Shashi Tharoor and know every word in the dictionary? No, not at all. But we need to have a decent one, and we need to be able to communicate well with fluency and confidence. And that's something which of course gets complicated because English is a foreign language, and majority of our communication at home with our friends and sometimes even at work could be in our mother tongue. So in this video, I'm going to give you a concrete 4-step plan to work on your vocabulary and your reading. In this video, we're not going to talk too much about, the speech and the delivery part of it. If you want some guidance on that, just put a comment and we'll help you out with that also. If you're new here, I'm Sanjana from Mockat, where you get directly coached and mentored by 99.9 plus percentilers. Now, throughout this video, I'm going to refer to multiple resources. And for convenience, what we've done is we've created a blog post listing out all of the resources that I talk about here and even giving you some which are more at an intermediate level. So we'll have the blog post linked for you in the description and first pinned comment. So make sure that you check it out. And now let's understand the major issues that you can have when it comes to vocabulary and communication. The first thing, of course, being vocabulary itself. Maybe when you're reading an RC or an article, there are a lot of words where you don't know the meaning or you're unsure of it. Now, these can be from a vocabulary perspective, or it could also be concepts that you're reading that you don't understand. So maybe, there's something, maybe, an economic concept or a psychology concept which you're not aware of, and that of course is important because in the CAT exam we're going to have RCs from all of these different genres. The next problem that students have is maybe you are understanding a majority of the words or enough to get the meaning, but you aren't comprehending the article completely, right? Maybe you're not able to make complete sense, you're just focusing on a few facts, but you're not able to get what is the main thing that the author is trying to say. Or maybe you're able to understand the article, but it's taking you a lot of time. And you know that in the CAT exam, you're not going to have that much time. And even at B school, right, you will have maybe, 4 to 6 subjects. Half of them at least are going to have a case study. So how are you going to get your reading done? So speed is also something which is important. And another problem, which I see crop up more and more these days, just, because of the way our tech and our social media and our attention spans are structured these days, is our focus. Maybe you're understanding everything. Maybe you're even able to read fast, but you struggle with focus and you can't get through a 500 word RC or a 1000 to 2000 word article. So in that case, what do you do? Now in this video, I'm going to give you solutions for all of these. And this is the 4-step process that you should follow. The first, you have to read a lot. You have to expose yourself to different genres, different websites, different books, and just work on all of the unknown words that you have while building your comfort with all of these different genres or topics. The next thing would be learning the meaning of any unknown words and unknown concepts, and then reviewing or revising it frequently, once or twice a week, to make sure that you remember all or most of it. And the last would be to test your learning in a fun conceptual way. And if you follow this approach, then your speed, your focus, your vocabulary, you'll be able to work on all of these in a fun, conceptual way, rather than, just memorizing lists of words which you will just end up forgetting. It's better to go for contextual learning and really boost your vocabulary and your communication to the next level. And now let's come to the first step, which is reading. Now, when it comes to reading, articles should be your first choice. A lot of people do start with reading books, and I will give you book recommendations, but articles typically tend to be shorter and you can finish them quicker. You can set a target of, one article a day, and you can also read a diverse set of genres pretty quickly. So these are some recommendations that I would give. I would definitely recommend starting with news. You don't have too many, politics RCs when it comes to cat, but a lot of these sources, the BBC, the Guardian, they are going to have a variety of topics. So you will also have some on science, some on culture, some on, social culture or psychology. So you can actually spread it out. The BBC particularly actually has all of these subtopics. So, culture, future, work life, and things like that would be useful. Now, if you're not exactly sure what articles you should start reading and what news is important, you can just head to mockcat.com and take up the daily news. You have it right here. And every day you'll have 5 curated news articles. So you could just start with one article a day and pick something that you're interested in. If you're from a commerce background, for example, you can understand more about exports. Or if you're from a science or tech background, maybe AI is something that you want to learn more about. The next couple of genres, which would be easier to start with, science and tech, this is something that we've all studied in school. Now, once you have developed this habit of daily reading, you can also expand a little bit. I would recommend starting with psychology or socio-cultural, articles. You'll have some of these in BBC, Big Think, and so on. But here are some more websites which you can use, which are at an easy reading level, and the articles are also usually shorter. Psyche is typically known more for abstract, but you do have some psychology articles as well. And another thing which you can take up is business and economics. So, news sites or even newspaper like the Economic Times. You can also learn concepts from Investopedia, or if you're interested in startups, then Inc. 42 or Hustle would be good places to start with. Now, in case you find these stuff or you have extra time and you want to boost your reading speed, you want to have some, reading based relaxation, and you want to learn while you're doing that, you can also take up books. I would recommend starting with simple and short books. So these can be a collection of short stories, say, classic stories, or say something like, by Sudha Murthy, or, maybe even murder mystery short stories or something like that, which you like. And then you can take up what I would call as novellas, right? So maybe, young adult, or something like, The Animal Farm, which even though it's a little deep and dark, the book itself is less than 100 pages long. So starting this way will be good if you have not been reading at all, which is something which is very common. My hobby is reading, but over the last few years, given that we have YouTube, social media, OTT, the amount of reading that I'm doing has reduced. And for a lot of you, I think that will be true where, maybe after school or college, you haven't picked up a book. What I'm also going to do is give you some suggestions based on genres that you are interested in. So this is for fantasy or sci-fi, mysteries or thrillers, something I think which is, common to a lot of people, humor, and I'll also give you some recommendations of non-fiction. That's of course a very wide genre, but say something like Freakonomics, which, each individual chapter is separate. So you can just read one chapter and then you can go on to some of these other books. If there is some business or some, business leader that you admire, picking up a biography is also something which is good. So the Big Billion Startup, for example, is about Flipkart, but it's written in a very interesting, thriller sort of way. Or Shoe Dog is about Nike. So these are some books which you can start with, and the blog post that's linked in the description and first pinned comment will have a lot more recommendations in terms of easy and intermediate books and websites. Just remember that just books will not be sufficient. You have to read articles and you have to understand what the author is trying to say, what's the author's view. And another way that you can do that is by jumping onto mockcat.com and trying out a daily POV. So here again, what you can do is rather than, going into websites and finding the articles for yourself, just come here, filter by easy and less than 10 minutes to start with, at least for a month or a couple of months. And then what you do is you read any article that seems interesting to you. We have almost 500 articles, so you will have, 150 plus easy articles. You can also look to choose any genres that you want to start with. And don't stop there. Once you get comfortable and develop this habit of reading, you can also test your understanding by reading my version of the author's point of view, right? So you read the article, formulate what you feel is your understanding, preferably write it down, and then read my POV and see if you have got the author's view on the supporting points, right? There are some solved examples which you can go through, which is with a free registration if you want to understand more about it. And I'll also link a video where I've explained this part and why it's so important in the description and the first pinned comment. So you can check that out after this. So how do we learn meanings? Now, when you're reading an article, I would not recommend looking up, an every unknown word as you are reading it. Try to infer the meaning. A lot of the times, based on what is written, you can either infer the meaning of a word or you can still get the gist of what the author is trying to say, even though you don't get one word. So you could also have something like benevolent and kind. Even if you don't know the meaning of the word benevolent, you can figure out that it's something which is similar to kind. Now, if you want to understand more about how to do this is of course something which we get into in depth in all of our verbal classes. But you'll also have a few solved examples of cat RCs. I'll put that link also for you in the description, and you'll see that there are a lot of these words which I am trying to infer the meaning while reading. So you can also adapt to that. Now, once you're done, make sure that you are Googling the meaning. So don't wait. The moment you're done reading the article, have that list of words and start Googling it. These should not just be unknown words, any idioms or any form of, contextual usage which is there, as well as any unknown concept. So depending on the genre, there could be some things which you are not sure. And it could be something as simple as, maybe, they're speaking about Middle Eastern countries or Scandinavian countries. I don't know which countries exactly these are, or there could be, as I said, an economics concept or a business concept. Maybe they're speaking about monopoly or capitalism and you're not exactly sure what that is. So I would recommend checking all of these meanings. A lot of times words will have multiple meanings, so make sure that you check all of them out. And one benefit that you get is you can look up the meanings in English as well as in your mother tongue, so you get a much clearer understanding that way. And make sure that you write these meanings down. You can use a notebook or you can use an Excel sheet. If you're using a notebook, just alphabetize it, right? So maybe your first 4 pages can be for words starting with A, next four can be for words starting with B, and so on, right? An Excel sheet, of course, will do it for you. And most important, make sure that you are reviewing or revising these meanings at least once a week. More often, if you feel that you are not remembering. So, whatever you've written maybe over the weekend, just make sure that you are reviewing it and you remember all or most of it. Now, a couple of months of doing this, what you'll see is because your vocabulary has shot up, your reading speed would have improved. Now, in case focus is an issue for you, I would definitely recommend starting with shorter articles. You don't need to read them in 5 minutes or 3 or 6 minutes. You can take your time. But because these are shorter articles, you will probably be able to get through it. Now, even if the first day you're not able to finish an article, or maybe even the first week you're not able to finish an article, as long as you persist with it consistently, your brain will understand that this is something which you want to do, especially if you do it at a certain time in a certain place and so on. So the focus is something which you can slowly build over time. Another thing which will happen is as you're reading diverse genres and you're also learning vocabulary, you'll find that your reading speed and your comfort will automatically increase. For a lot of us, the reason that our reading speed is slow is because there are a lot of these words which we don't know, which is slowing us down, or maybe it is a new genre, and that again can slow us down. So the more you read and the more you improve your vocabulary, the more your focus and the faster your reading speed. Now let's come to step 4, which is testing yourself but in a fun way so that you persist with it. Now the best way of course is doing this with friends. Each of you can read the same articles, let's say, for the entire week, write down words, and then each of you look at your notebook or Excel sheet and just test each other. This is something which you can try to do maybe once a week. If you have a bunch of friends that are interested in an MBA or just want to boost their communication, I would say that this will be the best way. Aside from this, technology is something which will help a lot. So for example, you can come out to our speed verbal section where you have a lot of vocabulary, grammar tests. Now with the free registration also, you can take up a couple of tests daily and test yourself. And there are a lot of other websites. So Free Rice is one, for example. There's a few more that we have in the blog post. And you can also download apps. So these days you have a lot of apps, dictionary apps, other learning based apps, where you could have like a game where you have 10 words, each word you'll have 4 options, and then you're choosing it. And as you get better and better, you get to tougher and tougher levels. So this is definitely something which is helpful. You can also use tech to create flashcards of all of the words that you've written down, so that you are making it a game, or you can even create your own quiz. I would not recommend heading to ChatGPT and saying that, hey, give me a list of 10 words and meanings that I should memorize, or taking these like word lists and memorizing them. I'm more fond of contextual based learning, because if you're reading an article and then you look up the meaning of 3 or 5 words which were there which you don't know, the meaning is much more likely to stay in your mind, right? Rather than doing something which is just like a rattamaro and then you are forgetting it. So that's it for this video. Let me know how it works for you in the comments, and definitely check out mockcat.com if you haven't yet. There are a lot of free resources. But if you're serious about your CAT 2025 prep and you want to prep with 99.9 plus percentilers, then you can call or text the number that's on the screen in the right side. All the best.